Oh god, I had that. I was unmuted the entire time I was going through the start. Yeah, that's just great. Okay, pretty sure I didn't say anything embarrassing, so no need to worry, but I really just need to like print out my pre-stream checklist, just tape it to my goddamn desk so I can just always remember what's like the stuff I need to do before I go live. I'm at least glad I already made sure that I changed the stream key on the YouTube stream. Otherwise, that just would have been a real hassle. But anyway, it's time to get started with some more art. And I know I'm saying, like, yeah, the title is, like, time to try and make a background. But I feel like I kind of want to make this moon a bit, like, bigger. Because, I mean, it works for a moon. Like, you can tell it's supposed to be a moon shape, like a crescent moon shape. But I just feel like I could maybe make it a bit, like, just a bit more noticeable. Because, I mean, look, the sun on the ribbon, you can clearly just see, like, even from, like, zoomed out like this, where you can see the entire, where you can see, like, the entire piece and everything, you can tell, yeah, that's the sun. And I'm just feeling like maybe I want to change this up a bit. So I'm just going to first, let's just see if I can make this a bit more noticeable. If I can't, then I can just undo it and we move on. Okay. Oh, oh. Change to black. Oh, actually. Yeah, let me just turn off everything else. Okay, let's try again. And now that looks like a banana. And not even a good banana. You know what, let's just not even worry about it. It looks good enough. Because otherwise I'd have to try and figure out how I can really... Because, like, the issue is I want it to be a crescent moon. I don't want it to be a full moon. Because a full moon's just a circle, and I feel like a crescent moon's easy enough for people to understand, oh, that's a moon. I don't have to do anything to signal that it's a moon with, like, color or anything. I mean, I do have the color, but, like, I'd be putting more color on it, and that wouldn't really work well when it's this small already. So, yeah, I think yeah, I'm just gonna keep with this, because I can't really draw the crescent bigger without it. Like, it's still gonna have the issue of the symbol just isn't exactly a large symbol by itself. Because it's like, it's just a portion of a circle, and it's not a big portion of a circle. So I'll just have to hope that everything that goes along with it just kind of just works to help make it very clear that, oh yes, this is supposed to be a moon. But anyway, okay. So now to... Okay, it's kind of funny just to see everything without... like without my actual line work. That's kind of funny to see. Oh yeah, also because since both of them have their eyes closed, their eyes are literally only visible on the line work. That's kind of funny. Oh yeah, and then we can see kind of a rougher version if I just turn the sketch lines on. Which actually... I kind of wonder if I move the sketch... Yeah, the line art's nice. It's better, obviously. I mean, yeah, of course, it's obviously better. I put more work into actually having the lines be smoother. Couldn't really get all the lines to be the same size, though. I mean, I definitely could do that. I'd probably have to more mess with the tablet's pressure sensors, like pressure settings. But I mean, yeah, it's not exactly like it's impossible. But anyway, we're not here to talk about these two. Oh yeah, I want to use the sketch for this, not the placement. But okay, so turn that. Let's make those invisible. Okay, now just make a new layer. And layer settings, layer name. Yeah. This will be background color. Okay. Because, yeah, for the background, I'm not really feeling like line art will help it. Or it feels like line art would just make it look weird. Because compared to... Actually, wait, if I can, I can put these in folders. That would actually make this so much easier. That one, and that one. Yeah, just doing this to make it actually easier for me to just look at the composition and see how well everything works. Honestly, should have done this earlier. Line art needs to be above the base. And that way I can just make both of them disappear without having to click multiple times. And I guess honestly I'll just do something for... yeah, the background too. And again, just grouping all the stuff that's going to be related together. Okay. Alright. So yeah, for this... oh yeah, because I already have the eyedropper. Okay. Oh yeah, for what's happening, I'm pretty much just going to be just getting the colors from here, adding them in, and then just... Like, it's gonna be different than how I handled the line art. Of course, obviously ignoring anything for like lighting and shading and shadows and such. But I'm gonna use this to, like, say for instance, this little dirt path here. First, I'm going to take what, like at least, well, I'm gonna figure out which one of these I think is probably the best one to have as a base color. I'm gonna take it, fill out this entire area with it. Then I'm going to kind of layer in some of the others. Though honestly, some of this is because of lighting, but it's also like, I mean, I'm also kind of planning on doing the same thing here in the lake. Just kind of like taking from each of these different like radiating circles of light. Because it's kind of a weird thing to think about, because obviously looking at this, some of this is literally just because of the lighting from this. Of course, the lighting doesn't show too much on the surroundings, I mean, other than obviously shadows. But it shows here. But yeah, I'm just going to basically be going, figure one color, fill it out, figure the other color, kind of try and color it in the right ways. And try and layer the colors. And I can like do some blending on parts if I feel like, yeah, these should actually blend more on the edge, so it's not just like a harsh, like, okay, harsh price is not right word, but so it's not just a line getting cut off. No, I mean, well, there will be a line. It's again, so it's not like there's a distinct line between parts like I have for the characters' line arts. That's what I'm trying to get at. Well, for now, let's just start with something. I'll go with this color first to fill in the base for it. And I think I can start with a 10, honestly. No, actually, maybe a 20 will work good for getting the... Well, actually, yeah, no, since I'm starting on something so large... 40 maybe? Or actually, maybe it'll just be easier if I do like this. So if I first, okay, okay, no, that's working. Okay. Okay, that looks like a... Okay. Deselect that. Okay, yeah, no, that works. Yeah, I definitely got the feeling this background's going to be the roughest part of this. I mean, actually, honestly, I probably shouldn't say that before I get to the, like, shading and stuff. Although at least now it actually looks like they're standing on something, so that's nice. Okay. So the next color is this one, and okay. So I can still see here. And honestly, probably should be that. You know, for a dirt path part, like a dirt path or kind of a like sandy beach, this is looking really green. Although when I look at it on the actual like reference image, it does look more brownish, so it's interesting. Oh, at the very least, I'm not going to care too much about having like smooth colors. Like I said, I'm not really wanting the background to be super smooth. And also I'm going to be like doing some blur stuff and blends on the edges, so. So if I can just get something that works, that I'm happy with, I'm happy having as a background, then I consider that a success, honestly. And yeah, I'm not going to care too much if I overlap into the pool. After all, I'm going to be like filling in the pool too, so it's not going to be that bad. Now I wonder if I can... No, it still goes for those. Hi Aya. Hope you've been having a wonderful day this Friday. Okay, can't use that trick a second time. Oh well. Okay, it's nice to make friends. Although the quotation marks make me wonder what exactly you mean by friend. Alright. If I go to 80, how big is that? Okay, 80 is a big increase, but that works. Okay, so let's see, buddies. Alright. Shared interest. Okay. So far, sound pretty normal. Alright. Again, so far it's sounding pretty normal and not strange. The class ends, and oh, okay, I know that, and just out of nowhere, that sounds weird as hell. Like hell, even if, like, 'cause I just can't, because only thing I can think of, and even then, this doesn't really make sense to do, is if you like said something at the end of class, maybe, but again, it doesn't really make sense. And also, like, it wouldn't make sense for them to have been thinking of doing that for the entire thing. Like, if they were just going to unfriend you and block you, then why would they even friend you in the first place? Unless they're just, well, unless they're just an asshole. But yeah, no, that sounds weird. I gotta be honest. Although if they're acting like that, maybe you can consider this just dodging a bullet and move on. It's like, seriously, why would they do that? And yeah, they're just a classmate, so it's not the worst thing. Okay, so is it an old anime or is it like a new season anime? Okay, an oldie. Most of them that I'd say honestly, well, I can't say all old anime are good because there's obviously a bunch of anime that you can just watch whether they're new or old, where you're just wondering like, what was anyone thinking with these? Okay, 2011. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's a pretty old one. What's the name? I might have heard of it. I was gonna say I might have watched it, but I don't watch that much anime. I didn't watch that much anime back then either. I'm a manga man through and through. Okay, it's a popular one. So probably have heard of it. Can't guarantee I've watched it. Although I might have read the manga it was based off of, if it was a manga original. Okay, Hunter x Hunter. Okay, that is a no. I have not read that manga. But I do know of Hunter x Hunter. Thank you, cultural osmosis. Well, I hope you're enjoying it, because, well, it's definitely, like you said, it's a popular one. A lot of people like it. Okay. Okay. Not a bad reason to watch it dubbed. Okay, that's the same color. Alright. Okay, so for this one, I think if I do it, like starting from here, it can go across like this. Okay, no, I don't like how that ended. Huh. Okay, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Although, I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, but I have read like a lot of the. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I've read some of his other works. Yeah, but I think I always get like Yu Yu Hakusho and Flame of Reika's offers kind of confused. Because I've read both of those, there's some pretty old mangas, but and I'm pretty sure, like there's the entire thing, I know that Flame of Reika's offer went on to make Mar, which I also liked. And I think Yu Yu Hakusho's offer then went on to write Hunter x Hunter. Okay, this is just going to be bothering me, so I need to double check it. Yu Yu Hakusho offer. Okay, yeah. Yoshihiro Togashi. He wrote Hunter x Hunter, and he also wrote Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay. Okay, so now I just need a Flame of Reika offer. Okay, Nobuyuki Anzai. Yeah. He made Flame of Reika, then Mar. Which I remember those two are connected, because a character from Flame of Reika actually, like, he disappears, like, he kind of disappears in Flame of Reka, and basically his disappearance is treated as a death. Pretty much the character died in the series at that point. And then the author just had to be like, oh yeah, no, when he disappeared in Flame of Reka, he ends up in the world of Mar. Which I found that, like, that was a pretty cool thing. I liked it. I mean, I don't think I realized it the first time I saw the character, because I read Mar before I read... like... Before I even read Flame of Reka, I was reading Mar. So, yeah, didn't realize it until then. But it's just something I like seeing when a author just finds ways to bring some of their characters back. Whether it's like Tezuka's Star System, where he basically treats his characters as actors. So he pretty much reuses the character design, gives a new name and a new role in one of his stories. And it's not like he does it with only one, or like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 characters. He does it with all of his characters. And it's just a nice little thing to see. Okay, first, for now, cut it off here. I'll go in and put some more details in with a smaller brush size. But yeah, it's just something I really like seeing. Alright, looking good. Okay, now really need to shrink the brush size down a bit for this part. And 10 might work well. Okay, I need to make that a bit... Okay, 10 was probably a bit much. Let's just zoom in a bit for this. Yeah, no, 10 was... not... like 10 was too small. 20 would have worked better. Trying to get those out a bit more like so. Okay. Just smooth it, round out this corner here. Okay. Oh, not too bad. Yeah, again, like, I use the same colors from this, It is just weird to realize that this looks a lot more brown than this does by itself. I mean, I'm guessing that it's gonna look better when I get the other colors in. But yeah, it's definitely weird. Oh well. Okay, might as well work on the grass, like these little pockets of grass here. So first, get a base layer to make sure the two are separated. Here, well, not to make sure the two are separated, but so I can draw on top of it. And I don't really care if I cover up part of this. If I encroach a bit onto here, honestly, I feel like it would add to it more than anything. Like, I don't want to have any weird spaces. Which means I'm definitely going to need to go over this once more. Like, after I've done everything with the sketch layer turned off, just so I can notice any weird spaces. And let's get it for the other side too. Change back to 20 for this, because I don't want to go too far over. Alright. Okay. Yeah, stuff's been going well since Tuesday's stream. I took Penny into the vet yesterday, just for a routine exam and her vaccinations and such. Although they did say they found that she might have some issues with her gallbladder. Nothing like super urgent immediately, but they gave me a prescription of a medicine to give her to help deal with that, and it will take a look at it when I take her in for her dental checkup. And of course, the prescription they gave wasn't in actual medicine because they didn't have it on hand. What they gave was a paper prescription that I have to take to an actual pharmacy to, just I have to take to an actual pharmacy to get filled out, which I'm still gonna need to actually go and pick it up. Honestly, I'll probably do it, like, I'll call them after I finish the stream to see if they have it. If they do, I'll just head up there, get it. It's like maybe about a 10-minute or so drive from my house, depending on traffic. Although actually traffic's gonna suck a lot. It's gonna be about, like, by the time I finish stream and make the call, it's gonna be around 5 p.m. on a Friday. So traffic's just gonna suck. Even for a short distance, it's gonna suck. But I want to get the medicine as soon as I can so I can start giving it to her. Well, anyway, I'll be figuring that out as I go along. But other than that, well, I also found out when I was actually like leaving my house to go pick her up, I noticed that there were a few wasp nests in my garage. Not exactly the nicest thing to see, and then just to realize that, oh, that's been there for a while, hasn't it? Thankfully, they weren't large ones, so they hadn't been there for too long. They were like mud dauber nests, so again, not something you want to see. You don't want wasp nests in your garage. You don't want wasp nests near anywhere that you go regularly. They suck. Yeah, it's just not nice to realize, like, oh, it's not even like on the outside of my garage. They got into my garage and started making it on the walls. And also, like, I only noticed one, but when I came back, I noticed there were 3 others. So yeah, not fun. Thankfully, my dad was able to come by with some wasp spray, like Raid wasp spray. And also, we were just able to knock most of the nests off the walls and just crush them. Since again, they were small. They were like smaller than my fist, so they were easy to knock off and crush. And also, we didn't have much of a risk of there actually being wasps in them. So we were able to do that. And of course, like after we did that, well, I kind of realized that I think part of the reason why they started making the nests was, well, honestly, this might be related to why they started making nests, or it might not, but like the garage is attached to my house that I bought when I bought the house, obviously, because they were one building. The garage is mostly finished. It has insulation in all the walls, but they haven't fully like paneled over the insulation. And the wasp nests were all kind of on the paper of the insulation. So I got to thinking that, well, I really want to get this covered up, because that will, at the very least, they won't be able to kind of make nests kind of nestled in where it's harder to reach the nest if I can cover up all of those. Like if I can cover up all the insulation, then if they're going to make a nest, they're going to make it on the wall, and that's going to be easy to reach. And yeah, I basically was talking with my dad about it. And luckily, my dad had noticed like a post on, I think it was on Craigslist. I can't remember if it was, well, no, it was probably on Craigslist. He doesn't really use eBay. But he noticed a post on Craigslist where a guy was basically posting that the guy had 25 sheets of 4-foot by 8-foot plywood that he was selling at $5 a sheet. And we measured out the garage, realized we need about, say, 14 or so sheets to cover everything. So my dad sent the guy an email. The guy responded back, like, same day. Very nice. And said that, yeah, we could come out to the warehouse where the stuff is stored, just pick it up, pay him, and we were good. And also, it was a very, like, my dad found that a very good time, because the guy was saying that he'd be, like, selling it on Friday, August 1st, i.e. today. So we found it a very good time. And also, my dad told me that after the guy contacted him, like, when he replied to the email, my dad went back to check on the post and it was removed. So, yeah, the guy was just like, yeah, okay, found someone who's willing to buy this stuff. Yeah, I don't need to keep this up. So we were really lucky that no one else found it before my dad did. But yeah, because of that, we went out there today. And went out there in the morning. And just went in, like, originally, like I said, we were figuring, okay, we just need like 14 sheets. So we get there, the guy's basically like, these are old plywood sheets that were being used by a veneer company to press the veneers, to actually like press them flat and stuff. And it was like, the stuff was old. Not so old as in, oh, it's really bad, it can't be used. Oh, what is it, Aya? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the kind of true... Well, that's the thing about, like, English voice actors. They really just show up in a lot of projects. Honestly, I think part of it is because, like, compared to the, like, in-person acting scene, there just aren't as many voice actors comparatively. And I mean, also, if you compare it to Japanese, like, to the Japanese VA industry, the Japanese VA industry has a lot of people. So it's more just English VAs. There aren't as many, so you have a lot of people just showing up in a lot of different animes. Now, granted, it's not like they're bad voice actors. Most of them are really good voice actors. Of course, I think also there are definitely a few where, like, the dubbers are basically going like, yeah, we want to get you for your just normal voice, or like, for this specific voice you do, we want you to do it. But, again, that's not even like a knock on them. Some people have like a very specific voice, like, I mean, hell, Patrick Warburton? Like, listen, if you have Patrick Warburton in like anything where he's just voicing a character, he's going to sound the same, and everyone loves that. Like, he doesn't really change his cadence, his pitch, or anything. He's just he's just using his normal voice, and everyone loves it. Hell, I love it. That man is just an amazing voice actor. I just love... He's just a very good voice actor. I mean, shit, like, first, well, there's three characters' voice off the top of my head. All of them very different people. But he just uses the same voice for each of them, and it's just like a perfect fit. You get Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove. You get Brock Sampson from The Venture Brothers. And then you get Joe Swanson from Family Guy. In each of those, he's pretty much using the exact same voice, but it just works so well. But yeah, you're just, like, again, part of it is, like, you're gonna see a lot of the same names pop up again and again in, like, English dubbing, and that's just because we don't have as wide a pool of voice actors as, like, say, Japan does. And of course, part of it is also... Well, okay, I don't know if this is exactly part of it. I was gonna say part of it is that normal actors don't really, like, do a lot of voice acting. I mean, some of them do, but it's also because there is overlap between just, like, normal full body acting and voice acting. But of course, with voice acting, like I said, there is some overlap, but like with regular acting, you don't just have your voice to convey, like, emotions and character information, stuff like that. You also have, like, your expression, your posture, like, actual being able to, like, speak with your body and stuff. So, like, a normal actor is trained in stuff like that. They're experienced in showcasing a character with their entire body. Whereas with a voice actor, you need to be able to showcase a character with just your voice. So again, overlap, but they do have different skills associated. So it can be kind of hard if a normal actor doing some voice acting can be a bit wooden or stiff compared to a voice actor doing it. Because again, like the normal actor is, well, not really used to trying to convey that much of the character with just their voice. Now, of course, all of this is coming from someone who's like not actually familiar at all with any acting. It's just stuff I've like seen and heard and read and picked up on over the years from being on the internet. So take it with quite a few grains of salt. But I will say, having a lot of the having the smaller kind of voice acting pool that English dubbing does have, does make it kind of fun to just kind of have his little games to just figure out, like, okay, what voice actors are in this one, and just try to figure out, like, okay, no, I recognize, like, Yuri Lowenthal, like, he's in so many things. It can be a fun little game. Okay, I think that's good enough for Blades of Grass on that one, so... well, thank you, Sari, for banning that spammer. Okay. I just realized maybe I shouldn't have done all of this detail, because I'm gonna be when I do the blending and stuff, I can actually just redraw this. It's not gonna be that bad, but I just realized I probably shouldn't have done that much. Oh well. Okay, I think now I'm gonna want to start on the water. Because if I start doing the water, then I can kind of have the water like overlap onto the shore and kind of cover up some of this, and it's not going to be that strange. And then when I get here, this also like at least has like a bit of overlap, like hanging over the water here, like, because this is all supposed to be like grass and stuff. So if I do the water and the waterfalls, then I can like do that, and yeah, just taking a look at the back rock wall, that's gonna be fun. Just getting a base color across all of it, then applying different colors to give it an idea of, I mean, I guess depth is the idea I'm trying to go for, but not like, oh, it's the entire rock wall is deep, but more, well, I guess it's not exactly depth I'm trying to give it an illusion. I'm trying to give it an illusion of texture. I'm trying to make it seem like this is not a smooth rock wall. It's actually very rough and jagged. You actually have parts of it, you actually have like rocks jutting out, is kind of what I'm wanting to go for with that. So, okay, not looking too bad. And these two on it, again, not looking too bad. Okay. Now, I feel like... Yeah, this seems like the color I want. But before anything... Okay, yeah. Fill it like that. Oh, shit. Yeah. But not on that layer. There we go. Okay, I'll smooth this out with the water. That'll be easy. Give me a bit of a bigger brush, of course. Alright. Yes, Aya? Oof, that is rough. Sorry to hear that. Maybe I should make these into like kind of like little, yeah, not jagged edge. Okay, actually, yeah, no, that works better. Like, don't make them a little jagged first. Make the water's coming in on there. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you expected you do better, and then just turns out like, eh. Yeah, okay, no, I get that. It really sucks when you want to be doing better, and then it's just feels like it's not good enough. I get it. Oh, wow, okay. No, yeah, just being one off, that sucks. Yeah, no, I really get it now. Oof. So what kind of science was it? Like college level stuff, physics, chemistry, just general science courses? Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, you know, if I want large space, I need an 80. Okay. Oh, wait. Alright, so that's base color for the lake, for the pond, or whatever, for the pool. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, I kind of get like a lot kind of leading into the center point, but it's about, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. yeah, about 6 kind of colors in. Alright. Okay, I can do that. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, yeah, no, it's 7. Okay, yeah. Just started counting in the wrong spot. Actually, if I use the lasso tool, I could actually probably make this a bit easier on myself. Well, first, okay. So now, oh, no, actually, oof. Actually, you can kind of see the edge, so try to work if I just go around like this. Okay, now fill that in. Okay. Okay. Alright, yeah, no, I can... Okay, the lasso tool is actually very helpful for this, now that I think about it. Alright. Okay. Okay, but that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 2, 6. Actually, there are probably some of these layers I could get by without drawing them. I don't know, it's probably better if I have them just for when I do like the blending. Okay. Okay, no, that's the same color. But, alright. Just got to... Well, actually, in this case, might benefit me more to have this on top instead of the other way around. That way I can at least keep an idea like, yeah, here's the center. Although, oof, with how much space I gave there. Okay, before I do anything. Let me just kind of... I can have enough space here that works. Although honestly, I probably also want to do make it just like the very edges. I don't want to get rid of it. I want it to still be there. But just like barely. Okay. So something like that, that works. And then same here. Because, of course, the color difference in the little pond is definitely because of the light. So yeah, it looks like I'm kind of... It definitely looks like it turns out that I am going to be doing some shading here. Unintentionally so. Okay. Because I can see it go. Yeah, it just gets brighter and brighter till it gets to the center. Okay, sorry about that, but I actually managed to mute my mic before I sneeze, so yay me. Alright. Now back to the lasso. Okay, so this one... I don't want to go too far above it here. Actually, yeah, no, that was a bit too far above it. Maybe it would work better if I start in the middle like this. And when I try and blend this later, I'm gonna have to like zoom real close in for it. Because we're gonna have a lot of colors that are really, like a lot of different colors that are really close to each other. Okay. Now I have filling in with a new color. I wonder just how well this works. Like, if we shrink it 1 pixel, I mean, obviously that doesn't. Okay, let's shrink it. I mean, I'm not really gonna be using this, but let's try 100 pixels. Oh, okay, 100 pixels. Bad idea. How about shrink width instead 2? Okay, 2's not exactly. How about instead of 2 we have 10? Okay, actually this could work for what I'm wanting. No, actually. Yeah, probably. Okay. So now we fill that with this again. Now instead, let's shrink it 5. Okay, I feel like 5 will give it a good enough distinction. I can do that. Then let's shrink it 5 again. Fill it like this. Then another 5. Fill like that. Although actually I'm having the... Okay. Well, at the very least, this works well for getting it in the center part, I can say. So I think I'll keep going and then I'll just redo the sides to actually have it shrink more. Yeah, because like that works well, like having it just be short little shrinks works well for when I'm close, like the close-up part here, like around the shoulder and far shoulder, it's the narrowest part, but on the sides I want it to be like more spacing. And honestly, it gives a really nice effect. Okay. So I'd say that works well. So we can deselect. So if I take, yeah, this color is my current one. So instead, we go to the next color, and using, okay. Let's just kind of carve away at it like so. On both sides. That gives me something that kind of... This is just going to be the easier way for me to... I actually kind of just keep the colors matching up with this part. Alright. So now we go from this to here. And this one I'll also want to go a bit further out. Because after this one I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, with this one, it's 5 more that I need to draw. So I want to have... Like, they're not going to be super equal because they're going to get bigger for each one. And of course, if I do any blending, well, yeah, gonna have to be a bit careful. But I mean, yeah, having the bigger spaces showing the like difference in color is going to help. Okay. So let's go from this far out. About here. Alright, that works. Thank you, eyedropper tool. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for this one, maybe about this far out. Then we have another one, and this one, and then this last color. Okay, yeah, I feel like that works. Yeah, excuse you guys. Okay, never mind. I thought I had a sneeze coming, but I guess I don't. Okay, I feel like out here is good. And honestly, this not being like perfectly symmetrical is probably also going to help. At the very least, it might look nice. Alright. And yeah, again, so I'm on this one. We'll have this one, and then I can just kind of cover up this part with here. So 1 and 2. So there we go. Need to make sure I get access to both sides. The top and bottom. We got that. Okay. Okay. A brush, there it is. Alright. Okay. And now to get to this part. The 40 size might be more helpful here. Make sure the edges of this are a bit smoothed out. I mean, again, it's not going to be perfect, especially with how close in color all these colors are. I'm definitely going to miss some stuff. But this should help. Okay, now that one went a bit far. I don't want to color over too much of this. Just need to make sure it looks presentable as an edge, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. course, this could all actually turn out to look horrible. But, yeah. Oh well. I mean, this entire project wasn't really about, like, the background. It's a nice thing, but it's not, like, the main focus here. Alright. Okay. Okay, now I don't need... This H20 is definitely good enough here. I only need to slightly cover the edge here to do what I need to do. You know, this is just really calming. It feels nice. Only thing on my mind is just what to do next on this piece. Not really thinking about anything else. It's nice. Although now I'm wondering, did I finish talking about the plywood? I think I might have got interrupted and just kind of forgot about it. So, okay, I think I left off saying that my dad found an ad on Craigslist about a guy selling like 4-foot by 8-foot sheets of plywood. We were pretty lucky to find it because the guy said he'd be like at the place where he's going to be selling it on Friday, August 1st, which today, obviously. So we pretty much planned to just head over. We had to head out of state for it. It wasn't too far out of state, like honestly just kind of, we basically just had to cross the state border and we were already there, so again, close by, but not in the same state. Yeah, we went there. Originally, we were only really going to get 14 or so. That should have been enough to cover up all of the like sides of the garage that needed to be paneled. With some, like with a border, like about a board left over just in case we needed some extra stuff. But we got lucky because, well, the guy really wanted to get rid of all his extra stuff because, yeah, I did mention before that it was a company that was like, basically, the company that the plywood we were buying was stuff that was used by a company, but they were getting rid of it because, well, they just didn't really need to have all of it. So this guy was just wanting to, he just really wanted to get rid of it, but he didn't want it thrown away, just because it'd be a waste. And I mean, honestly, it would be a waste. Like, the plywood was still pretty good. It was a bit old, yeah. But there was nothing like structurally wrong with it. They just weren't using it and they didn't want to just keep it like stored up in a warehouse. Oh yeah, I need to get back to this one. But yeah, so the guy wanted to get rid of it. And he'd already, like, He said he'd already sold a few sheets to someone else earlier. So when we came by, well, with the amount of sheets we told him we wanted to buy, he pretty much did the math and realized, like, okay, after these guys buy these sheets, I'm only gonna have like a few left, and no one else is coming around asking about them. So he pretty much just said we could take everything that was left, and like still for the same price as we told him we were going to pay for like the initial amount we wanted, which was honestly a really nice deal. We ended up getting 21 sheets of plywood. Unfortunately, they weren't all like the size we needed. Most of them were, but well, a few of them had gotten a bit rough around the edges, had some stuff broken off. Like I said, it's not like they were unusable, but you could definitely see the wear and tear. But I mean, in getting like, we got 7 extra, like we had enough money to pay for 14 of them. Since he was charging $5 a sheet, we paid him $70 for 14. And we got the rest, which was 7 more, so we got 20, well, we got 21 sheets in total, but we only had to pay for 14, which was a very nice deal. So now that we've got that, well, all we really have to do is just wait for another opportunity that our schedules line up, and we can just get to work, like, setting them up as paneling for my garage, and that'll be real nice once we're done. Like, it'll just be real nice to actually cover up the insulation. Because, like, as it currently stands, it's not like it's bad in there. But it would just be nice to not see just bare insulation. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think I need to kind of... Hello, Penny. Yes, you can come up on the desk. Do you want to say hello to the people on stream? I guess that's a no. You just want to rub yourself against my TV monitor. Alright, Penny. Okay. Yeah, I'm back down to 20. Okay. Alright. Okay, that works. And now let's just clear this out a bit. Then I can swap to a larger brush size to get the middle part. Alright. Okay. All right. You know, I have no idea if, like, what I did here with shrinking the selection zone and just constantly paint bucketing it, and then doing this cleanup part here, I don't know if that's actually quicker than what I could have done. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. Although, yeah, I might want to, like, kind of come back after I've finished up all this and really round these corners out, because they're looking, they definitely need to be rounder. But again, I don't know if this is quicker than anything else I could have done. But honestly, I'm liking it more than just constantly lassoing a smaller and smaller shape would have been. Yeah, I definitely really should have made these bow out more than they did. But again, that'll be easier to fix once I've gotten all the colors set up and actually organized. Because honestly, it'll probably be easier for me to, like, just say, draw out a kind of push this part out, and also kind of like, well, it'd be like pushing or pulling this part out, because, like, it won't be going straight out like it is right now. These parts will be kind of sloping out a bit. But again, that's something I can do. That's something I will do after I'm done with this part. Yeah, you can see here I had these actually work on because it needs to be kind of a circle. But here I started making it more flat when I should have just, like, kept pulling it out more, making it more oval. Oh well. Live and learn. And also, if I do it like that, it means if I do any overlaps when I'm doing this part, I don't really have to worry because I can just kind of, like, correct for that. Okay. Now back over here. All right. It's nice to know that I'm at least still gonna... I'm not gonna finish the entire background in one stream. That's good to know. I can get more out of this. Especially because I have no idea what I do after this. I mean, okay, I have one idea. That's not really what I want to do right now. It's what I'd like to do after I, like, improve. Okay, back to brush. Dang it. Oh, I didn't realize okay, so I'm going to need to figure out one for the first color too. Like specifically where I'm going to draw its line. Or like how far I'm going to draw its color going to. Didn't really think about that. Oh well. You know, maybe I could also do like nanograms on this stream. That could be fun. Well, honestly, I could have this like be shrunk a bit. That could work. Okay. Gonna go back to 20. Get this color. Now I need to figure out where exactly do I want to cut off this. Because I could go like that. That could work. And then I just make a smaller just make a white ellipse in the center. I mean, honestly, all the center one has to do is just kind of make sure it's wider than up here. Or like at least as wide, and it'll work. So, I mean, it's not like it's impossible. And if I have it like this, then it won't look as strange when I kind of make these protrude out more. So, alright. And if I go like... just do it like this. Okay, I feel like this will work. All right. Yeah, as soon as I actually like stretch these out, I think this will look better. Okay. Well, now that I've got this, I can move the other layer down more. Oh, down more, I mean down below. Okay. So we have this. I can. Let's move it out a bit. But okay. that works. Oh, nope. I can't do that. Okay, so now it's time to extend these out a bit. Or not... stretch? Yeah, stretch works. Feels like it works better. Of course, it doesn't mean it's easy to see and be sure that I've covered up everything. I mean, that's what happens when I use colors that are really close to each other. Huh. This one's already pretty close to the side, I just realized. I mean, it could still benefit from this. It just doesn't need to go out as far. Or maybe this is exactly as far as the other one went, and I'm just getting confused? Maybe. Okay, that works. Okay. Well, at least these colors are actually kind of easy to distinguish. Just realized I didn't bring one of Penny's new toys into the office. Sorry, sweetie. I mean, I know it's not like it's a big thing for you, but I feel like I should have done that. I shouldn't have just left them in the living room. You know, I can leave a few in there just so you can mess with them if you want. But I should have also brought one in here. Alright. Let's go on to the next color. Yeah, this looks nice. It'll probably look, it might look a bit better when I blend the edges a bit. But yeah, this is looking nice. Because with these sticking out, it doesn't look like there's like rough edges, but rough corners. It actually looks more normal. Oh, yeah. There's something else to think about is that, yeah, yesterday was the Nintendo third-party partner direct. And I mean, with game directs like that, you always gotta know you're not gonna like everything that gets announced. Not everything's gonna be for you. And as long as you keep that in mind and keep your expectations low, they're usually pretty fun. And you'll definitely have ones where you're just like, who even plays that game? But again, I mean, you just temper your expectations, and they can be fun. And there were definitely a few games announced there that I really have my eye out for. There was the Monster Hunter Stories 3 announced, which that one's going to be fun. I mean, I might have that be a game I play on stream. I might just play that one myself. Just because of all the, like, well, I'm honest with you, depending on how much grinding I would do. So, yeah, that one's a hard one for me to put together. And then Square Enix got two interesting RPGs out. One of them is Octopath Zero, which I'm going to need to see some more from that, because it seems like, well, you aren't, like, unlike with the first two Octopath games, it doesn't seem like you really have a group of people that you, like, collect into a team. Instead, it seems like you really only have one character that you control, and like it's a character you get to name and create. So that's going to be interesting, especially because it looked like at a certain point that you were able to basically like summon characters from Octopath 1 and 2, and also a lot of other characters, and I have no idea how that's going to, like, what they're going to do with that. So I'm interested, but I'm going to need some more information before I make a judgment on, like, whether I want to buy it or not. And then they released, well, no, they haven't released it yet. They announced it, but it's another game that's built, like, with the HD 2D style that, like, Octopath Traveler and the Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 remasters are in. But it's not an RPG, it's an action game. And it seems really interesting. So I'm hoping that one, like, I want to find out more about that one because, again, it looks fun. It's a totally new thing, and just want to find out more about it. Of course, it's a Square Enix game that has a fairy in it. And apparently it's also made by the same team that made Bravely Default. So the fairy's looking kinda suspicious, if I'm gonna be honest. No, that fairy might not be suspicious at all. They might just be a genuine, like, good companion. Although, actually, think about the fact that it seems like there are actual mechanics tied to her, like traversal mechanics, does make me think she's actually probably not going to, like, secretly betray us at the end. But again, like, who knows? They might figure out some way to do that. They might just be giving her, like, traversal mechanics and stuff just to trick us. Although, to be fair, Bravely Default 2 had a fairy that wasn't evil. I mean, it also had a fairy that I think it had both. It had a fairy that wasn't evil and one that was, but Again, it's something we're just going to have to wait and see on. Okay, I think I want to extend these out a bit. Not by much, but a bit. And just like this, or so. Okay, actually, a bit more from this side. And actually, might want to like swap to different color and kind of like cut down these little edges here, smooth out. Same for the others. Might want to do that too. Alright. Now just tidying. Yeah, I need to swap back to the brush after this. Just tidying it up. Okay, missed a spot here. I think that was my ice maker for some reason. Yeah, just need to smooth out these edges here and here. Alright, that works. Now let's go one layer out and do the same here. That works. Ah. Okay, just swap back here to patch this up. But yeah, that looks better now. Alright, that works. Okay, maybe... Okay, no, those are good. Okay, maybe up here a bit though. Okay, yeah, that works. That looks better. But you know, this side's good on it. Yeah, it's this side that needs it. Okay, that's good. Now, one last set that needs a nice little touch up. Okay, that looks good. Okay. So that's the lake done. The pond, well, except for the pools and the waterfalls. But I'll save that. So now I want to I want to get the pools and waterfalls done. Okay. Although, before I do that, I do need to take a little break and use the toilet. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm taking a little break. You guys can use this time to just get some water, take a stretch. Yeah, I won't be out. No. I won't take long. Be back in a bit, guys. Alright, we're back. Okay. So, I think I already... No, yeah, okay. Alright, so... now we're going to be zooming out here. And I'm going to assume that each of these pools has the same color, because the reference image shows this one being much lighter, but it's also behind a pillar of light, so yeah. That might actually wait. Huh, it actually is just the same color here. Huh. Okay. I mean, in the end, I'm going to be covering this line with, like, white foam. So it doesn't really matter too much. And I mean, I'll just be able to I'll just move the sketch up above this layer for me to figure out, okay, where do I need to draw the foam? All right. Just gotta keep going. Alright. Okay. Let's got one more. Alright. Okay, I think I've got a good idea of how I should, like, overlay this color. Honestly, it should probably be, if I go like this. No, actually, wait. Okay, no, I need to have this. Yep, need to have this up. Probably probably if I go like this, that works. Because that way we're having the kind of darker color. It can be more, because the dark color comes across more because it feels like it's a bit like you got something over it. Like when I draw the grass on here, then like this edge is kind of shaded by the grass. So I'll see if we can probably like do a bit like this. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. And now I just need to do it in the opposite direction for the left one. And for the middle, I just need to make it on the sides. So, kind of like... yeah, kind of like that. Okay. I need to make it a bit sharp. Like that much. Okay, that looks good. Maybe a bit more. Oh, yeah, I guess that works. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Now, let's try it. Now that I'm on the proper layer. I can't believe I didn't realize I was on my sketch layer. Alright, and that works. Let's just draw it. Oh, color it. Okay, that looks better. Alright. Get that, and okay. We've gotten these three done. Now I just need to color the waterfalls. Which, I was gonna say should be easy, but now that I look at something on here. Okay, actually no, that one should be easy. Okay. So now I should... Okay, I love it when they actually... like when I'm able to do this. Okay. So now we've got... honestly, not looking too bad. Yeah, honestly, this is coming together pretty well. But okay. Now to draw some foam. And this part should be easy. I'll just be drawing. Okay. And the foam's kind of around here for where the waterfall actually comes down and hits the water. And then also right around here for when it's falling over. Although actually looking at the reference, they also have a kind of well, again, either way, I don't really have any other way to really show that this is supposed to be water falling down. Like, this is supposed to be like churning foam. Okay, I think I know one thing that should be able to help make all this look better is if I can, with a bit of a lighter color, just like kind of draw some lines going through this. I could hopefully get across it. Oh yes, this is flowing water. Hopefully. I'm just trying to avoid people thinking like, oh, okay, there's like some weird blue pillars. Okay. Let's see if this kind of helps get the idea across. Oh, if I can also draw them going down like that, hopefully it kind of helps get the idea across. So hard to figure out if it's actually getting across to other people or not. I mean, I feel like that actually works pretty well to get the point across. And now if I swap that around... Huh, okay, actually, yeah, without the line art covering up, that actually does give a better idea that... Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. I mean, of course, if I make the sketch go away, then... After I actually fill in these areas and have sketch go away, it'll look better. And I can also kind of clear up. Well, actually, I can do that right now. Just kind of actually draw some. I have it kind of overcoming the top here. I just realized this isn't exact. God damn it. Wrong layer again. I kind of have it go all the way across, otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Oh, you guys gotta go bye-bye. Okay, and then all the way over here. goes like that. And then finish up here. Okay, that actually looks a lot better. Honestly, this feels like it's coming along pretty well. And yeah, with the other colors around here, like the other colors in the scene, this is definitely looking a lot more brown than it looked at the start. So, alright. Well, it's about 5, so we're going to be ending stream now. Let's just see who I can raid into on Twitch. So who else is on right now? Oh, we got like 12 people on. Let's just see. Okay, just doing barrel trauma. Oh, gosh. Okay. We're gonna raid into Rain Boba. Right now she's in day 12 of her subathon and it looks like she's working on some art. So I'll start the raid. Okay. And for tomorrow's stream we're gonna be finishing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm not gonna be able to fight I'm not gonna be able to get 100% on the survey rate. Because, fighting Telephy requires a lot of prep, but I'll be able to fight a lot of them, and we'll do the final mission, fight the new final boss, see a new ending, and it'll be fun. It's probably gonna end up being a shorter stream than usual, but it's still gonna be fun. Alright. Okay. For everyone who came in and watched, whether you lurked, whether you chatted, thank you. I always appreciate having you guys here, and having you guys here to talk with as I work on stuff like this really motivates me to actually finish it. Alright. I hope everyone has a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you're having a wonderful time of it, and I hope I'll see you again on tomorrow on Saturday. Anyway, let's raid. Okay. And for the YouTube side of things, I'm going to be ending stream now. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Goodbye.